Race number 3 is a Class 1 over the 1,600 metres, but it could be a Group 1 because 6 of the 7 runners are coming out of Group 1 company, including Pakistan Star, of course, a mighty run on his return in the Gold Cup behind at Time Warp. Beauty Only finished 5th in the Silver Jubilee Cup. Western Express finished 8th. Southern Legend ran 9th. Joyful Trinity finished 10th. Pingu Spark was 6th, all behind Beauty Generation. And Booming Delight comes up in trip. He was behind Dundonald in the Chinese New Year's Day Cup. We've made our way to the touchscreen for this one, Brett. A very interesting one with the small field. Pingu Spark, who covered a lot of ground, he had a tough run last time out, should find the front, maybe with not much competition.
That's right, yeah, last time he did get posted a little wide, didn't he? And it probably didn't work out as they would have hoped. Going to the mile for the first time really gives him the opportunity to find the front. Even at 1,400 metres, you would have thought he would have led, but at a mile, he's a certainty to lead, I would have thought. Pakistan Star was a little slow to get going for his first run back, but he quickly mustered, recovered, got right onto the back of the speed, ran an enormous race. Booming Delight might sit there, maybe hope for a little bit of cover at some stage, but Western Express might be doing the same. He trialled beautifully leading into this. And then you've got Joyful Trinity and Beauty Only's getting close to another win too. So Pingu Spark can set the fractions as he likes here, and I don't think they'll be too slow, and I don't think they'll be too quick. They'll be just a genuine tempo, and that'll suit everyone. All right.
Who's been going quick? Who's been going slow in the mornings, Paul?
Well, Pakistan Star, everyone wants to see him, don't they? So we will start off with him, and you can see him just moving away from Doyeni here and doing it as he likes. So, look, we know he's got the ability. It's just whether he wants to put it all together on the day, and he did last time, so that's some positive signs there, and his work has been good. I thought Beauty Only's going nicely. This is his work with California Joy. Now, California Joy will be racing in a later race, but Beauty Only here is the one against the rail. I just thought he's going nicely at the moment. It was a nice piece from him, and Pingu Spark's been going well all season. Had excuses a little bit last start, but prior to that he was picket fence type, winning them in a row. So he's been going pretty well. You can see fit. Big boy, though, isn't he? 1,300 odd.
Yeah.
I was going to say kg, but I will say pounds.
He's the biggest horse we've got here.
He certainly is, yes. All right, no surprises. Pakistan Stars come up as our favourite, $1.30 at this stage. That's where we'll start then with jockey Joe Moreira.
Joe, you rode Pakistan Star on the weekend. You obviously didn't ride him in his first up run, but what did you think of it?
I still think he's a good horse. That's why I'm going to ride him. I was extremely happy the way how he ran the other day. He was a bit fraction in the gate, even though he was still able to put on a good performance. And based on that, you would think that he's going to even be favourites of this coming up race. So I always have had very high opinion about this horse, and I'm sticking with that.
Any concerns after a race that was run at track record time, first up, coming back in trip and carrying the top weight here?
I look at it in a good way, because if you have a horse that can deliver good form in longer distance and you back them up, you would think that they're going to run even better. So the backup in distance, I think it's going to be a good thing instead of being a bad one.
Just tell us how good you think this horse is, Joe, because obviously you've ridden him twice. One of those races, the last time you rode him in a race, he stopped, yet you've still stuck with him through all of that.
I really think he's a Group 1 winner. It's just a matter of time until he gets everything done and gets his opportunity to win. He has run very well in some very strong races in the past and gave them a good challenge. So based on that, I think he's a very good horse. It's just a matter of time until he wins his Group 1 races.
And it's the Rapid Dragon handicap that he runs in on Sunday. Of course, you won the Derby on Rapid Dragon last year. Can you make it 2 in a row with Nothing I Like More this year?
Well, I'm a big hope, obviously. We haven't got a very good gate, but I've got a very good horse. Hopefully, we are a little bit lucky on the race. If that happens, I'm sure he's good enough to be challenging all the other horses in the race. It's going to be a very tough race. In my opinion, it's very open. There is at least 5 to 6 winning chance in the race. And obviously, I have my horse as one of them.
All right, we'll come back to the Derby in due course. But Pakistan Star, it's a super return, wasn't it? I mean, yes, he is dropping back in trip, but he's clearly the one to
Yeah, I
beat.
would have liked to have heard from Matthew Chadwick, actually. I mean, I don't think Matthew did anything wrong on the horse first up. I thought he rode him a treat. Surprised that he's not there, but I guess that's racing here in Hong Kong, isn't it? So whatever the case, it's all about Pakistan Star. He's put on 40 pounds during that forced break. And that's obviously just muscle and strength. He was a very, very good horse in, you know, first and second preparations. He could end up being anything now, provided he continues to race true, which hopefully will. He didn't do anything wrong first up.
He's a flawed genius, isn't he? He's a very good horse, but he's got his issues, fair to say. But if he puts it all together, he should win this race, no question. He's going to come up short. He's $1.30. So, you know, if he does everything right, you know, the $1.30 could look good. But if he does something wrong, then you know it's going to be...
The weights are against him, as the race suggests. And I think from memory, this race last year was won by Dashing Fellow, defeating Contempt. And Helene Paragon might have carried top weight. And he sort of loomed up and then petered out because of the weight. But we'll have to wait and see. But hoping he can win, because it'd be great to get the crowd bubbling early in the day.
It would be on Derby Day. Right, well, majority of the field coming out of a Group 1 contest last time out as well, which is the Silver Jubilee Cup. Beauty Only actually fares best in 5th place, stays on very strongly down the outside. All the others, Pingu Spark, Western Express, Southern Legend and Joyful Trinity behind him. Yeah,
and look, I think Beauty Only is going to give the most to do for Pakistan Star. This was 1,400 metres, and as you mentioned, Andrew, he stayed on really nicely. I think he's just about back to where he was, and over the 1,600, that's his ideal distance. So of these lot, obviously they're all good chances, but I'm going to take Beauty Only out of it.
Yeah, I've got him in the tips as well, Paul. I mean, we heard from Zach earlier on in the year, you know, when we were heading towards the Hong Kong Mile, he said he was a little bit behind the 8 ball. Well, now we're a few months down the track, and his runs recently have suggested that he's just about at his peak. He's got the weight to carry, but he's hard to leave out of the tips.
Pingu Spark's £15 better off with him.
Yeah.
And he was beaten that far, and he'll get a better run. But
yeah, and he'll have a big head start.
I think he'll run a good race.
Yeah, that's just me. Anyway.
But that was 1,400, this is 16.
It was, too true. Booming Delight as well. He gets up in trip. He loves the 1,600 metres. This is over the 14 last time out.
He's had 8 starts, course and distance for 2 wins and 5 seconds, Booming Delight. He's had a nice little trial leading into to this race where he effectively goes in second up. His second up record, 2 starts for 2 seconds. Off a light weight here. Very, very dangerous for me if he can stay in contact and build the revs, you know, sort of just as they're cornering in and not let Pingu Spark skip away. I expect him to be right there, actually.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about him. You have to leave some out. He was one because I just don't know if he was going as well now than he was. But look, if he is going as well as he was last season, no doubt.
The last time he ran off a light weight over 1,600, he was beaten a short head by Beauty Generation, the mile winner, and of course a winner recently.
Absolutely. So Pakistan Star, Paul?
Yeah, I will take. You know, look, he's the best horse in the race. There's no question. Would you take $1.30? That's the question that you'll be posing to yourself. Beauty Only the one to beat, I thought. Pingu Spark will get a nice run, and he does get that pull in the weights. And I really like that trial from Western Express. So I put him in for 4th. 1, 2, 6 and 3, but I wouldn't take the $1.30. I'd be taking a few hedging and insurance policies around it.
Dare I say it, I think Joyful Trinity's probably the only one that can't hit the frame. He hasn't done enough this prep to suggest he can trouble these. Pakistan Star, Pingu Spark, Booming Delight on their light weights. Beauty Only, as Paul mentioned, right at the peak. I've left Western Express out. His form can be patchy, but he's capable, and Southern Legend on his day too. So you can make a little case for most of the field. I can't have anything to do with Joyful Trinity, but 1, 6, 7, 2.
Yeah, I won't be tipping against him, but, you know, as you've said, you know, $1.30's not really my sort of price, but he is the best horse in the race, and hopefully shows it on Sunday. All right, that was race number 3. We'll take a short break here, come back with the 4th, which is the first leg of the Triple Trio.